of the lion's den. They say that they're good with voices of dark and wood, feeble hands pushing softly against the glass, not making a sound, still shaking the very ground. There's hundreds of people in silence, the lights coming in from below. Under the threat of the lion, we're moving impossibly slow. You say you've something to tell me, it's taken a lifetime to learn. Something of beauty and terror, something so awfully absurd, something just like I can just barely hear you. I can just barely scream with my head underwater and feet in the sand. Clouds are a distant dream. I can just barely know you. I can just barely fight as the lion is watching with ravenous eyes. Tell me the words to write tonight. 20 years and you've never felt so alone. Although I am here, the lion has been my ear. Velvet claws growing longer with every day. Keep them out of sight, I swear it will be alright. There's thousands of people in silence, the light is as bright as the sun. Under the rage of the lion, to break apart from the one. You say you're dying to see me, not in the beautiful sense. You're trying to keep it together, get me to know what you meant when you shouted. I can just barely hear you. I can just barely scream with my head underwater and feet in the sand. Clouds are a distant dream. I can just barely know you. I can just barely fight as the lion is watching with ravenous eyes. Tell me the words to write. I can just barely hear you. I can just barely scream with my head underwater and feet in the sand. Clouds are a distant dream. I can just barely know you. I can just barely fight as the lion is watching with ravenous eyes. Tell me the words to write. To us sitting in silence, the lights all but faded away. Under the reign of the lion, what more could we even say? So tear down your paper cathedrals, pack up the satin machines, lift the facade like a curtain, 'cause I still don't know what you mean, but I'm trying. You can just barely hear me. You can just barely scream with your head underwater and feet in the sand. Clouds were a distant dream. You could just barely know me. You can just barely fight when the ravenous eyes. I don't know what you're like.